Becoming rich isn't something that only happens to Ivy League graduates, elite athletes, or lottery winners. Anyone can become rich. What you need to do is to define what being rich means to you. You must start today. You must focus on a few areas of your personal finances where you can achieve big wins, instead of clipping coupons and saving on $3 lattes. Then, you must set up an automated money system and start to invest. Feeling overwhelmed already? Well, don't. We will go through all of what I just mentioned in this video. And best of all, after the first setup, you will be spending no more than 90 minutes on your personal finances per month. This is a book review / summary of the, in my opinion, 5 most important takeaways from I Will Teach You to Be Rich by Ramit Sethi. Takeaway number 1. What does rich mean to you? First and foremost, you must decide what being rich means to you and become a conscious spender who prioritizes. It's 100% okay to spend unapologetically on the things you love, as long as you cut down costs on other stuff. Heck, even Mike Tyson, who earned hundreds of millions, has been in financial trouble because he didn't spend consciously. Oh, I see that the Joneses just bought a new Volvo. Maybe it's time that we upgrade our own car. That Armani suit that James had at work today was pretty sweet, alright. I definitely need one of those.
Darling, the Andersons are going to Costa Rica for Christmas. Shouldn't we go too?
It's all too easy to get lost and try to mindlessly keep up with your friends. It can be a full-time job in itself. But you must remember that there's always a trade-off. Sure, you may be able to pick that house that costs $100,000 more, but in that case, you may have to say no to buying that new Tesla. Take Mary as an example. She spends $6,000 a year on designer shoes, with a $50,000 take-home salary. Do you think that she has control over her personal finances and that she's on a path towards an early retirement? She is! Because she shares an apartment with a friend and because she uses public transport, she can easily afford to spend lavish sums on what she loves, which is designer shoes, and still be on her way towards financial success. There's power in saying no to things we do not like or need, and there's even more power in saying yes to the things we love. Takeaway number 2. Beware the minutia. Benjamin Franklin famously said, "Don't put off until tomorrow what you can do today." Do you want to know the single most important thing to get rich? Starting early. Sure, the best time to start was probably 10 years ago for most of us. But you know what? The second best time is today. For example, here's something that you probably can do today. Set up an online savings account with no fees, no restriction on withdrawals, and high interest rate. Simply Google high interest rate savings account in But here's where a lot of skeptics and procrastinators stop.
How can I be sure that this is the account with the highest interest rate?
This is just an excuse not to get started. More is lost from indecision than from mediocre decisions. Ramit Sethi teaches something he calls the 85% solution. He says that he would much rather get it 85% right than do nothing at all. Another excuse towards setting up that account today may be,
I only have $100. Why bother setting up an account that will generate just a few dollars per year?
It's important to notice that no amount is too small when you are forming great money habits. In fact, the perfect time to start is now, because the stakes are low. A recently formed band shouldn't decline an invitation to a smaller festival just because they dream of filling the Madison Square Garden at some point in the future. They should view it as an opportunity to practice and get better. Likewise, you can't expect to handle millions well if you are struggling with hundreds or thousands. Beware the minutia. You don't have to get it perfectly right the first time, but you must start at some point. And today is a great day for that. Takeaway number 3. Swap your attention from micro to macro. Have you ever heard this before?
Save on $3 lattes. Get a temporary 0.1% better interest rate by switching to Ally Bank. Clip coupons.
If there's something that I especially liked about I Will Teach You to Be Rich by Ramit Sethi, it's his emphasis on macro over micro decisions. These 3 examples represent micro decisions. While you may feel like you're automatically a part of the lean fire movement by involving yourself in such activities, this is not where the battle is won. This is like the pro-environmentalist who keeps harassing you about cooking your food with the lid on, but who flies transatlantic at least 4 times per year. We should focus our energy on 5 to 10 things that really matter, that will yield exceptional results and good return on invested energy. Here are a few of those big wins. Automating your money system, more on this in the next takeaway. Keeping a great credit score. Using credit cards to get free cashbacks and rewards. By the way, please comment down below if you know of a card where you live that has great rewards. Contributing money towards a 401k to get at least the full employer match. Paying off your credit card debt. Cancel your subscriptions and instead buy monthly. A tip from my brother here. If you want to watch a specific series on, say, Netflix for instance, you can pay the subscription for 30 days and then instantly cancel. You'll have time to watch that series that you created the account for, but you won't end up paying for a product that you're not using, say 3 months down the line. Focus on cutting your costs in a few problem areas rather than a little bit here and there. You know, the areas you often tell people that, yeah, I probably spend too much on Negotiating a raise. Doing freelance work. Buying a house that you can afford. Buying a car that you can afford. And focus on total cost of ownership rather than the price tag. Allocating your capital right. More on this in the final takeaway. Feel free to use this as a checklist. If you can get 5 to 10 of these right, you can buy however many $3 lattes that you want. Takeaway number 4. Set up your automatic money system. We humans are weak at times. We get distracted, bored, unmotivated, etc., which endangers our prior investing efforts and saving habits. You think that you care, but that's probably just right now. In 2 weeks, it will be back to watching cat videos and Netflix again. Therefore, we must set up an automatic money system that can save us from our worst selves. This system will make sure that we stick to our long-term money plan by allocating our income each month for us. Creating an automated money system is a way of doing some work right now to reap a lot of benefits for years and years to come. By the way, smash the like button if you like benefits for years to come. For your system, you'll need a checking account. This is where the money goes first. Think of it kind of like a distribution center. Its main purpose is to feed your other accounts appropriate amounts by using automatic transfers and to pay off all your bills. A savings account. This is a parking spot for short-term to mid-term savings goals. Vacations, gifts, your wedding, a down payment on a house, etc. Pick one with no fees, no restriction on withdrawals, and a high interest rate. A credit card. Used correctly, this is a free short-term loan with rewards and perks. Get at least one which gives cash back. A retirement savings account, such as a 401k or a Roth IRA, although this is country-specific. An investment account. Get one from an online broker. Your automated money system must be based on a conscious spending plan, which contains 4 buckets. fixed costs, investments, savings, and guilt-free spending. Here's a great suggestion on what percentage of your take-home pay that these should represent. Fixed costs, 50 to 60%. Investments, 10%. Savings, 5 to 10%. Guilt-free spending, 20 to 35%. Now, here's an illustration on how you could distribute your money in order to follow such a spending plan. Don't go lower than 5% towards savings and 10% towards investments, because these two buckets will be the backbone of your new rich life. However, if you implement a few of the big wins from takeaway number 3, you'll be able to raise these percentages in no time. Automation is great because we learn to live without the money. If we never see it, we never get the urge to spend it. Takeaway number 5. The pyramid of investing options. As I mentioned in the previous takeaway, the savings and the investment accounts will create the backbone of your new rich life. So let's have a look at how to invest your money in there. Ramit Sethi presents 3 different ways to invest your money. You can 1. Pick your own stocks and bonds. 2. Pick your own index funds and mutual funds. 3. Invest in a target date fund. This is the pyramid of investing options. The higher up in the pyramid, the simpler the investing process. Ramit Sethi thinks that for 99% of people, the second or third level in the pyramid is the best option. I think this number may be considerably lower with you guys. Just watching these videos probably puts you in the top 10%, but here's why Ramit thinks so. It's difficult for the individual investor to beat the market. Time spent trying to beat the market could be spent elsewhere. Have a look at the big wins of takeaway number 3 for such activities. For the majority of people, Ramit suggests that even index funds and mutual funds are too much of a hassle. With the so-called target date funds, things such as diversification and asset allocation are solved for you. The only thing that you must do is to have your automated money system in place. For example, if you expect to retire in 2055, you can set up your investment or retirement account so that you buy Vanguard's Target Retirement 2055 each month. Then that's that. No more hassle, and your money will experience the wonders of compound interest. Talk about passive income. It can also be used for specific savings goals. If you expect to get married in 5 years, for example, you can start buying Target Retirement 2025 for that specific goal. Let's have a quick recap. There are always trade-offs. You must decide what a rich life means to you and become a conscious spender. Follow the 85% solution. It's better to get it 85% right than to do nothing at all. Focus your time and energy on the big wins. Getting rich is not about saving money on $3 lattes. Set up your automated money system to protect you from your worst self. Investing in target date funds is a great way of achieving good investment returns with little to no effort. I Will Teach You to Be Rich goes into a lot more detail and is very practical about how to implement these ideas that I've just outlined, especially if you're from the USA. Support Ramit Sethi and this channel by getting the book from the link in the description. Finally, if you want to form more great money habits today, click on my playlist of personal finance book summaries. Just don't forget to open that savings account first. Cheers, people!